My name's Beattie Garden. It's my wife Signe Garden. Well, we were originally from Alberta.
Yeah.
Moved out to Pilot Butte, had a grocery store in Pilot Butte. We actually lived in the back of the store, grocery store, and we lived in the back of it. And then we moved out to the farm here. So we're 6 miles north of Pilot Butte. We're pretty well all hay land or pasture. Hay or pasture. We raise cattle. There's only 250 some people in Pilot Butte when we moved there. It certainly changed a lot. I can't remember what year they decided they would try to sell lots, and they sold lots in town for $1 if they would build within a year, right?
Yeah.
Actually, when we first moved here, there wasn't a town office. The secretary ran the town out of his basement, yeah.
There was a hall,
Yeah.
and they used that for dances. Every Saturday night, practically, there was a dance, and the floor would just get going.
There was another hall just had been built, and it's where the rink is now. It was just a ordinary hall that was kind of getting going. So, and then the old one burnt down in 76 maybe.
We used to put on a dance every month, and we had 2 groups of us that would cook for it and everything, get ready. Guys would get the stuff ready, set the tables up and all that, and clean and that.
Yeah.
And then we'd cook turkeys or roast beef or whatever. And we did that for several years. Yeah. Oh, we had lots of fun. It seemed like you could, in the smaller hall, before they built the bigger hall, easy to know almost everybody. You could go to any table and sit and visit with them and have a good time. So, yeah, it was fun. Before we built the rink, we had open air ice, and we used to have broom ball. And that got things going. That really, then people wanted to have a rink, because you'd be out there and it'd be snowing and blowing.
When we first moved here, they just built the new hall, and nothing was happening. They had the odd meeting, and that was basically it. We decided to get bingo going.
It went over big.
It turned out to be a good thing for a few years.
Well, and that's what got the hall going. The rink and everything was that money from that.
When we started getting the bingo going, we had no tables. So we had to build tables and build benches and stuff like that. We didn't have a clue how many people might show up, and it turned out eventually
people would come. Yeah. We always had a big crowd. Oh, they loved it.
Yeah. Most of the time was actually spent trying to raise money rather than allocating time to recreation, because there wasn't any money coming in. There was no grants available at that time. So they had to raise all our own money to keep the thing going. But then they decided to go for the rink, and that was quite a lot of planning and getting things going to see how we could raise money. And eventually, 6 of us signed signed for a loan, because they had no way of getting loans because they had no income. So 6 of us had to sign that. It's kind of scary a bit, but it eventually paid over. And then the town eventually took it over, the rink and stuff like that. So
there was several families of us that put a lot of time into it.
Then the town started growing, and a lot of them didn't want to do it, so they put it into the town, and the town took over running of it, which eliminated some of the volunteer work that was done, because when the town basically owns it, well, then you're not going to volunteer the same as you would for something else. So
because it was volunteering, right? And we had fun doing it, actually. So I don't know.
And
there must have been 10, 15 people involved in that or more.
Yeah,
maybe 20 even. Yeah. And everybody worked good.
So many things that went on, and if they were weren't kept, nobody would know about it,
I don't
Really,
think it
or-
would ever happen that much anymore. The volunteerism.
I think in Pilot Butte right now, the most volunteerism, I think, is being done by the seniors.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of young people, I don't think, have the time anymore. And it's kind of a different scenario.